In a historic visit, Union Minister of State for Steel and Heavy Industries, Papua Riju Srinivasa Verma arrived in Shamadar District, Nagaland on February 25, 2025 to review the district's socio-economic progress. This marked the first time a central minister has visited Shamadar post-independence. The Western Semi-Students Union held a press conference at its office in Daegu to address important issues on Thursday. WSSU President Ikado Awumi announced that ID registration is now mandatory for students and workers from outside the region. The Election Commission of India has scheduled a two-day conference with chief electoral officers of all states and union territories on March 45, 2025 at the India International Institute of Democracy Election Management in New Delhi. A three-day entrepreneurship development program commenced on February 26, 2025 at the Deputy Commissioner's office in Kohima with 20 aspiring entrepreneurs participating. In a significant breakthrough, 72 weapons and warlike stores were surrendered in Manipur Hill and Valley districts, including Chiribam, Kangbokpi, Pirzawal, and Imphal East. His achievement is attributed to the relentless efforts of Assam Rifles. Hello viewers, you are watching Nltv English Prime Time. This is Maroni Kitan and here's the news. In a historic visit, Union Minister of State for Steel and Heavy Industries, Pupadiraju Srinivasa Verma, arrived in Shamadar District, Nagaland on February 25, 2025 to review the district's socio-economic progress. This marks the first time a central minister has visited Shamadar post-independence. During this two-day visit, Verma inspected various development projects funded by the central government, focusing on the BWD Department Rural Development and Physical Infrastructure, including road connectivity. He also interacted with officials from the Community Health Center, distributing Ayushman health cards to beneficiaries. Verma motivated students at the government higher secondary school, Shamadar, sharing his experiences and answering their queries. Additionally, he engaged with people from tribal communities, including Yungkung, Tikir, and Sumi, to understand their concerns. The minister emphasized that Shamadar district is a district of aspirations and urged communities to benefit from the central government's inclusive policies. He highlighted the government's efforts to promote socio-economic development in Nagaland, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister Nltv. Verma's visit was marked by a ceremonial welcome from tribal communities and a community breakfast at Lengkongar village. He assured the people of Nagaland that the Union government is committed to the state development, tailoring policies to meet the needs of the people. The Western Semi-Students Union held a press conference at its office in Daegu to address important issues on Thursday. WSSU President Ikado Awumi announced that ID registration is now mandatory for students and workers from outside the region. He also mentioned that the registration process will be conducted through the 11 unit offices under WSSU, covering 190 villages across 3 districts. The union also emphasized strict enforcement of the COPDA Act, warning that action will be taken against shops violating the law. Additionally, business establishments have been urged not to entertain group donations from NGOs and to report such requests to the WSSU office. A census on illegal immigrants will also be conducted in the WSSU jurisdiction. For any grievances, the WSSU office will remain open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., where anyone can seek assistance.
Western Sumi Students Union myself, Bitokan Rochil, the General Secretary, our President, Ikato Kulu, our Assembly Secretary, Pikato Kiba, Games and Sports Secretary, Mahavi, Joint Secretary Kato, Auditor General New Kaomi, and our Finance Secretary, Magalubi Getomi. Okay, we have several things to discuss. We have several agendas, which I assume that some of you may know, some of you may not know. But our agendas, our issues are based on the recent press releases which we have given in print media, in newspapers. So we'll go one by one, and then if there's any queries, I think at the end of the conference you can ask. So the first thing, we gave a press release on 25th February this year in print media about the ID registration of the students and working individuals residing outside Nagaland state. This move has been initiated via the Office of the Western Sumi Students Union for the Western Sumi students and working individuals who are working outside or studying outside. This move has been initiated so that we can create a structured network for better communication and support, to provide timely aid when in need, to provide assistance during unforeseen incidents, as we are all aware that sometimes students who are studying outside or working individuals who are working outside faces some or the other problems or inconveniences. So at such time, those students or working individuals who has registered with the office will be able to avail the help from our office. So registration process is on, and it can be done through their respective units. In addition to this, I would also like to add that the Western Sumi Students Union comprises of 3 districts, that is Dimapur, Newland, and Chumukidima. We are the apex Sumi student body of the western area, of the western region, and under us we have more than 190 villages, and that includes the villages, and we have Dimapur as well as East Dimapur highway area and Thai village is included as well. So coming back to our agenda, coming back to our point, that is the ID card registration. The students can avail the registration process through their respective units. We have 11 units in total. Secondly, as stated in our press conference published on 23rd February, the proper implementation of COTPA Act 2003, that is the Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Act, has to be seriously taken note. The sale of tobacco products to individuals below 18 years is very much evident, as well as the sale of tobacco products in educational institution, nearby the educational institution and medical establishment is clearly visible. This is a big question to the administration, what they have been doing so far. As student body, we are just pressure groups. We can pressurize the government to do things which they have been neglecting, but things have been laying stagnant for a long time, and WSSU has taken an initiative against COTPA Act. The sale of tobacco products within a radius of 100 meters near educational and medical establishment is against the law, and therefore we have, according to our press release, we have requested the concerned authorities to take action against it. It's been quite a few days, but still then we've been going around seeing whether they have been following rules or not, but it has come to our knowledge that many of the shopkeepers are still flouting the rules. Therefore, the union, the Western Sumi Students Union, directs those shopkeepers who have not been following this rule to abide by the rules, or else very soon, in collaboration with the concerned departments, we'll be going a thorough checking throughout Dimapur town, Chumukidima, and even Newland. Those shopkeepers who have been selling tobacco products within educational institution and medical establishment will be taking action against them. Secondly, the Office of the Western Sydney Students Union request all the business establishment in Dimapur, Chunukidima and Newland district not to entertain any SUNY organization or individual seeking donation by claiming to be from XYZ association or union. We have received several complaints that certain individuals and sometimes some groups and associations have been seeking donation. Therefore, we request the business establishment to notify us if they come across any such individuals or.
Let's take a short break. I welcome you all again, and let's start with the news. The Election Commission of India has scheduled a two-day conference with chief electoral officers of all states and union territories on March 4 to 5, 2025 at the Indian International Institute of Democracy Election Management in New Delhi. The conference marks the first such gathering since Ganesh Kumar Dugjarj as Chief Election Commissioner. CEOs have been instructed to nominate a district election officer and an electoral registration officer to attend the conference. The two-day conference aims to provide a platform for election officials to share experiences, brainstorm, and learn from each other. A three-day entrepreneurship development program commenced on February 26, 2025 at the Deputy Commissioner's Office in Kohima with 20 aspiring entrepreneurs participating. The program, organized by Swalayampan Kanekan Trust, aims to equip building entrepreneurs with essential knowledge and skills to drive local development and contribute to the region's economic growth. The event featured address by Nikedo Teo, District Center Manager of STK, and Mao Senapke Jungru, highlighting the importance of entrepreneurship in driving local development. A one-day state-level training and workshop on the 7th minor irrigation statistic, 2nd census of water bodies, and 1st spring census was held in Kohima, Nagaland on February 25. The event was sponsored by the Ministry of Jal Shakti and organized by the Department of Water Resources, Koima. The inaugural program was chaired by Chief Engineer and Joint Census Commissioner WRT Iyarge Hudosima, who emphasized the importance of teamwork for the successful completion of the census operation. He also announced that the forthcoming census operation will be conducted using mobile-based apps developed by the NIC New Delhi and NIH Roorkee Commissioner Secretary, Department of Water Resources and Census Commissioner. Nagaland Kriokuri Tejawile stressed the importance of data collection for sustainable planning and scheme formulation. Director of Economic Statistics, Nltv Ketitsu, encouraged officials to collect data at the source, highlighting the benefits of real-time data through census and surveys. The technical session featured presentations on various topics, including an overview of the census, village schedules, and surface water schedules. The workshop aimed to equip officials with the necessary skills and knowledge to conduct the census operations effectively. Yunnan Minister of State for Education, Sukanda Mazumdar, has assured that the ongoing leadership crisis at Northeastern Hill University will be addressed soon. Mazumdar stated that removing Vice Chancellor Prabha Shankar Shukla is not a simple process, as the university is an autonomous institution with a proper procedure for recruiting or removing a VC. The crisis began in November last year, with students, teaching staff, and non-teaching staff protesting against Shukla's alleged mismanagement. The Regional Transport Authority Dimapur has invited applications for 200 two-wheeler taxi permits allocated among Dimapur 100, Jumogidima 75, and Newland 25. Eligible candidates, including indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland aged 20 to 40 and permanent residents of the mentioned areas, can submit applications at their respective Deputy Commissioner's offices from February 27 to March 11, 2025. The Nagaland State Parrot Scouts Guides convened a consultative meeting with the District Parrot Scouts and Guides Association Shamadar on February 26, 2025 at DCS Conference Hall, Shamadar. State Commissioner Nino Iralu chaired the meeting, which saw the induction of the Deputy Commissioner of Shamadar as President of the District Parrot Scouts and Guides, Shamadar. The Deputy Commissioner welcomed officials and expressed gratitude for his new role. John Tuchimong, State Organizing Commissioner, proposed introducing Parrot Scouts and Guides in every school under Shamadar District. The technical session drew attendees from NGOs, civil societies, schools, and churches. A surgical camp under the Chief Minister Mobile Operation Theatre Initiative was successfully conducted at Bungro, Kiferi on February 26. The camp aimed to provide medical services to rural areas. A short program was organized at CHC Bungro, attended by dignitaries including advisor K. Kusumu Yungkum, MLA Dr. Tsello Retso, district administration officials, civil society representatives, and members of the public from Bungro subdivision. This initiative is part of the government's efforts to bring medical care to rural populations, and the CM Mode program has been instrumental in providing accessible healthcare services to those in need. In a nail-biting Nagaland Super League clash, Longderuk FC H Bas Frontier Warriors FC with 3-2 win at the IG Stadium in Koima on Wednesday. Despite trailing 0-2 at halftime, Frontier Warriors FC staged a dramatic comeback in the second half, only to concede a late winner to Longderuk's Mandon in the 91st minute. The match was several key moments, including Asumi's powerful strike from outside the box in the 24th minute, which broke the deadlock for Longderuk FC. Asumi doubled the lead just 3 minutes later, leaving Frontier Warriors FC struggling to find their footing. In the second half, Frontier Warriors FC was awarded a penalty, which Ayamongbal struck against the crossbar. However, Mukohoto Chisi reacted quickly to score the rebound, narrowing the deficit to 1-2. Ayamongbal later leveled the score with a header from Dangmel's pinpoint cross. Despite their best efforts, Frontier Warriors FC's defensive errors and missed changes ultimately proved costly. Madon's spectacular long-range shot in stoppage time sealed the win. A 5.0 magnitude earthquake struck Morikaun, Assam at 2:25 am on February 27. According to the National Center of Seismology, the quake, initially reported as 5.1 magnitude, had its epicenter at latitude 26.28 north and longitude 92.24 east, with a depth of 16 km. Tremors were felt in neighboring countries, including Bangladesh, Bhutan, and China. In addition to various parts of India, there have been no reports of casualties or damage to property so far. This region is prone to seismic activity, and earthquakes are frequent in the area. A recent blockade of the national highway at foot of the Paramura Hills in Tripura has sparked outrage, with the Amara Bengali Party condemning the government's inaction. The blockade, which lasted 7 hours, was staged by former militants demanding action on their 21-point charter. Party Secretary Karangap Rudra Pal criticized the government for failing to address the grievances of the former militants, who had surrendered after a secondary examination conducted by the Board of Secondary Education in Tripura. Pal warned that if their demands are not made, they will launch a bigger movement in the future. The incident has brought back memories of the 11th-day blockade of the national road by the IPFT, an ally of Tripura's ruling party BJP in 2017. The Amara Bengali Party has repeatedly demanded a judicial inquiry into the June 1980 massacre in Tripura, but to no avail. Bal has questioned the government's role in the creation of extremist parties, including the Nltv in Tripura. February 26 marks the auspicious day of Shiva Chaturdashi, a significant celebration dedicated to Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. This special day falls on the Krishna Chaturdashi of Phalgun as per the Hindu calendar. Devotees gathered in large numbers at the ancient Mahadev temple of Tripura Mahadev Tila to offer prayers and worship Lord Shiva. The traditional puja was performed following ancient customs and traditions, with devotees offering water, milk, flowers, and betel leaves to the deity for the well-being of their families. This celebration is a testament to the enduring devotion of Shiva's followers, who have been observing this tradition for over 75 years. The event highlights the significance of Shiva Chaturdashi in Hindu culture and the importance of preserving ancient traditions. A massive crowd of women gathered at the century-old Kamelaswari Kalibari in Kamalpur, Thalai district of Tripura on Wednesday. Devotees, including women and young girls, visited the Shiva temple from morning, dressed in clean clothes, to offer prayers and bathe Lord Trilokeshwar Bulaspa and the Shiva Linga with water, milk, flowers, and bell leaves. The devotees praised to Maheshwar for the well-being of their families, making the occasion a testament to the enduring devotion of Lord Shiva's followers in Tripura. In a significant breakthrough, 72 weapons and warlike strokes were surrendered in Manipur's hill and valley districts, including Jiribam, Kangbokpi, Perzawal, and Impal East. This achievement is attributed to the relentless efforts of Assam Rifles under Spear Corps of the Indian Army in coordination with Manipur Police, Civil Administration, and other security agencies. Locals in Kangbokpi district voluntarily surrendered 16 weapons, including rifles, rocket launchers, and ammunition. Similarly, in Berzawal and Jirebam districts, 30 weapons were surrendered, comprising rifles, shotguns, and improvised mortars. Additionally, 9 weapons were surrendered in Sagammal, Impal East District, and 2 cadres were apprehended in Nungtonggong along with recovery of 2 weapons. The recovered arms, ammunition, and explosives were handed over to Manipur police. This development marks a significant step towards fostering peace, security, and development in the region. Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Singh Chief Mohan Bhagwat arrived in Idanagar, Arunachal Pradesh as part of the organization's centenary celebrations. During his 4-day visit, Bhagwat will interact with around 130 indigenous faith leaders, address a gathering of Swayam Sevaks, and attend a 2-day residential camp with around 900 Karyakas from across Arunachal Pradesh. The Advantage Assam 2.0 Investment and Infrastructure Summit concluded with investment commitments totaling rupees 4,91,500 crore on Wednesday. During the 2-day summit, memorandums of understanding worth over rupees 2 lakh crore were signed across various sectors, including industries, power, and information technology. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma held the summit as a historic occasion, stating that it laid the course for Assam's future development.
Government of India, both railway, waterway, railway, highway, we have seen commitment 7,000 crores from railway, new projects, ongoing projects. GM Setanji has elaborated new project of 4,000 crore from IWAI, 55,000 from National Highway. Their ongoing project is 31,200 crores, so we are not deliberating about the ongoing projects. These are all new projects which will be and coming together. Everything, if we include, it will be almost 1 lakh crore of infrastructure assurance we have got in this summit. So our next challenge is for academic reforms. Today we signed 2 important MOU with ITS Singapore and Assam Skill University. Oil India has also decided to have a global skill center in partnership with ITS Singapore. So Government of Assam's next focus is to create the skill manpower. So this conference call for an immediate overhaul in our education sector. If we have to mitigate unemployment, we have to overhaul our education sector completely.
Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi criticized the Assam government for failing to explain how the Advantage Assam Summit benefits the state residents. Despite investment proposals worth rupees 41.91 lakh crore being announced during the 2-day event, Gogoi argued that locals, small-scale entrepreneurs, and mid-level businessmen remain unaware of the summit's impact. In contrast, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed Assam as a land of limitless opportunities during the summit's inauguration, highlighting the state's economy doubling to rupees 6 lakh crore under BJP rule.
और एडवांटेज असम ये पहली बार नहीं हो रहा है, इससे पहली भी 2018 सन में बीजेपी सरकार के समय हुआ। तो अभी तक असम के लोगों को पता नहीं चला कि एडवांटेज असम से असम के लोगों को और असम के छोटे लघु और मध्यम वर्ग के उद्योग को क्या फ़ायदा हुआ है। आज तक सरकार असम के लोगों को समझा नहीं पाई है और एडवांटेज असम ये पहली बार नहीं हो रहा है, इससे पहली भी 2018 सन में बीजेपी।
On Wednesday, 2 members of a gang have been arrested in Delhi for allegedly defrauding people by making them pay hefty registration fees on the pretext of installing mobile towers on their properties. A police officer mentioned that the scammers Sarfazras and Munaf Singh operated fake websites and ran deceptive online advertisements to make the victims believe that they were dealing with genuine telecom companies. Deputy Commissioner of Police Nithin Walson also said that the investigators linked at least 6 cases to this gang with the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center looking into possible nationwide connections. According to the complaint, the victim paid rupees 1.85 lakh as registration fee and other charges and then realized that he had been scammed. The police recovered 2 mobile phones and 4 laptops, while more than 50 websites linked to the scam were discovered. He said, as in further investigation was underway. The Supreme Court had refused to intervene in the Madhya Pradesh High Court order to dispose of the Sikh waste from the 1984 Bhopal case tragedy in Pithampur, Dhar district. The court also allowed a trial run for waste disposal from the Union Gambit India Ltd plant, citing expert opinions from Nltv, NGRI and CPCB. Around 37 tons of hazardous waste were transported to Pithampur industrial area for disposal. The Bhopal gas tragedy, which occurred on December 2-3, 1984, is considered one of the world's worst industrial disasters, killing 5,479 people and injuring over 5 lakh. The Supreme Court directed aggrieved parties, including civil society members, to approach the Madhya Pradesh High Court, which is already handling the matter. The court had previously asked authorities to provide information on the precautions taken for waste disposal. Pune police have launched a massive manhunt for Dattatre Ramdas Kede, a 37-year-old history cheater accused of raping a 26-year-old woman inside a state transport bus at Sparket bus station in Pune. To aid in the search, a reward of rupees 1 lakh has been announced for anyone providing information leading to Kade's arrest. Kade, who has a history of theft, robbery and snitching, has been on the run since the incident occurred on Tuesday morning. The police have set up 13 teams to track him down and then provided two phone numbers 020-2444-2769 and 9881-670-659 for anyone with information to come forward. The informer's identity will be kept confidential. The incident has sparked widespread outrage with the Nltv for the accused. The Maharashtra government has faced criticism over women's safety, and Transport Minister Pratap Sarnaik has offered a departmental inquiry into the incident. Furious crib rescue workers at the Sri Salem Left Bank Tunnel project in Telangana, with many quitting amid ongoing operations after a tunnel collapse. Workers, citing safety concerns and fears of entering the tunnel, have left the site, including those contracted with a Mecca company from Kolhapur. Even seasoned workers who have been part of the SLPC project for years are affected, with some expressing their desire to return home.
लग रहा है कोई नहीं जा रहा है अंदर हमारे लोग कोई नहीं जा रहा है डर के हम 2 आदमी गए थे पहला दिन ये और मैं और कोई गया नहीं बहुत मुसीबत है
अब घर जाने को उम्मीद लग रहा आपको
घर नहीं जाएंगे हम लोग अपना साइड में जा रहे हैं
लेकिन टनल में नहीं जाएगा
टनल में नहीं जाएंगे इधर टनल में नहीं जाएंगे हम अपना टनल में जाएंगे
इधर में तो 2 दिन 3 दिन हो गया तो आ गया एक दिन घुसा था अंदर जाके देखे आया तो पानी भरा है और दूसरा आदमी जो आया था तो भाग गया था हमारा मेगा कंपनी का जो कोल्हापुर से 10 आदमी है हमें उधर पड़ा है जी आज कोई नहीं तो हम हमारा कंपनी से चला गया है
कोई अंदर जाने के लिए डर लग रहा है कि तो मना कर रहा है
हाँ मना कोई को मना नहीं करा हमको तो डर लगता है ना
ये लोग हम लोग 10 कोल्हापुर एक नंबर साइड से आए हैं हम लोग हेल्प करने के लिए जेपी कंपनी में हम लोग आए हैं। भाइयों लोग हम लोग 8 आदमी अंदर घेरा गया सर। इसीलिए हम लोग को कंपनी मदद करने के लिए मेगा कंपनी हम लोग को भेजे हैं। आदमी आया, आदमी डर से नहीं रुक रहा है, भाग रहा है लोग। इसलिए बात है सर, हम लोग क्या करें? हम भी लोग साहब लोग बोलते हैं बाबू आओ आगे चलो, हम लोग बोलते हैं सर आप लोग आगे चलिए। तो वो लोग नहीं आगे जा रहा तो हम लोग आगे कैसे जाएंगे सर? बताइए, हम भी लोग जान है।
2012 से हम लोग काम कर रहे थे। ये हादसा ऐसे पहली बार हुआ है, इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ काम करना नहीं चाहते हैं, वापसी घर जाना चाहते हैं।
आप कितने दिन से कर रहे हैं SLS में?
2012 से सर।
2012 से। हादसा कैसे हुआ? आपके सामने वो बोला ना?
हाँ, मेरे सामने ही हादसा हुआ।
कैसे हुआ?
पूरा रिंग धंस गया।
Army Chief General Nltv visited Airbus helicopter facility in Marignan, France to explore cutting-edge aviation technology and strengthen bilateral military cooperation between India and France. During his 4-day visit, General Nltv held talks with his French counterpart, General Burichil, in Paris, focusing on enhancing defense cooperation, particularly in rotary wing aviation. The visit highlighted India's interest in leveraging global aerospace innovations to enhance operational capabilities and defense preparedness. Notably, Tata Advanced Systems Ltd and Airbus Helicopters have partnered to establish a final assembly line in India for the H135 helicopters, with Airbus expecting a demand for 500 units in India and Southeast over the next 20 years. That's all for now. For more news and updates, keep watching Nltv.